America's Reuben sandwich for the first time. British verdict.
Americans, just like Brits, love a good sandwich, but one thing I didn't know before moving to the United States is that America invented a fair number of its own sandwiches. And one of the more famous ones is the Reuben sandwich. However, after living in the United States for 16 years, I have still somehow never had one. And you might be thinking, ooh,
how many of you guys eat Reuben sandwiches?
Lawrence, how have you managed that? Well, number one, I'm not Irish American or Jewish, and you'll see why that matters in just a bit. And B, I was saving it for this video, obviously. And so today, in an ongoing series in which I try American foods for the first time, I will be making right here in this kitchen a Reuben sandwich and eating it for your...
I'm pretty sure I've seen the Reuben sandwich in one other video. It was very brief, so like I didn't see too much of it. But what's that mean? That's not corned beef. I thought it was corned beef in it. Is it not corned beef? It's corned beef in it, right? But I don't look like corned beef. Is that corned beef?
Your viewing pleasure. And so if you'd like to stay informed on my food tasting journey and you haven't yet subscribed, do that now. In the meantime, our bread bin is empty and we don't have any corned beef. So I'm going to have to head to a place that does.
To the shops.
I headed to Kaufman's, a popular Jewish deli in the Chicago suburb of Skokie. And before getting what I wanted, I was lucky enough to speak to the owner, Betty Dworkin. Firstly, what is a Reuben sandwich? What do you have on it?
Rye bread. Some people butter the rye bread. We don't. Then it's either corned beef or pastrami. That's an individual choice.
Yo, I don't even know what pastrami is. What type of meat is pastrami? Is that pepperoni or nah? Is pastrami like pepperoni? Is beef? Oh. It's just like corned beef.
Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, Thousand Island dressing, which we make ourselves, and then you smash the whole thing together and you eat it.
Do you have a preference over corned beef or pastrami?
For a Reuben, I think I prefer corned beef. By itself, I prefer pastrami. But Chicago is a corned beef town, and New York is a pastrami town.
Interesting.
Oh, yes, rivals!
Yep. In fact, it was in cities like New York that the Jewish love of corned beef was passed on to another community, Irish Americans. You see, it turns out that the late 19th and early 20th centuries saw a huge influx of both Jewish and Irish immigrants into the United States. These two groups often shacked up in the same neighborhood, leading to the Irish-American adoption of Reuben sandwiches.
Hey, is that how much meat you put in a Reuben sandwich, though? Because that's very meaty. That's a lot of meat for a meat sandwich. Is that, you like fill it up? Fill it up like that? Yeah?
And corned beef and cabbage, though a staple of American St. Patrick's Day. Corned beef isn't especially popular in Ireland itself. I was reading that corned beef and cabbage is popular in both the Jewish communities...
Hold on, because I'm getting... Wait, is this meant to be corned beef? I'm getting really confused right now. Guys, hold up. I need to show you what corned beef is that I have. Because it's nothing like that, what I'm seeing. This is what I have that I like. It's nothing like this, mate. I eat this. Hold up. I don't look anything like that. Now that I think about it, mine kind of looks like cat food. Wait, that's corned beef? What am I eating? What am I eating?
That corned beef and cabbage is popular in both the Jewish communities of the United States and Irish communities.
Yes, but the Irish corned beef is different.
In what way?
So it's a different spice profile. Normally it's done with, I believe, cloves and bay leaves. And it's a...
Yeah, no, it's not Spam. We have Spam in the UK. And that corned beef I just showed you that I have, that's not tinned or canned either. No, it's not Spam. It's corned beef. We have Spam. We have... Our Spam is your Spam.
thicker slice. It's more
It's not that.
the thickness of
It's
how we would
slices in a
slice
packet.
brisket. Boiled cabbage, not fermented sauerkraut. We tried a couple of times to sell Irish corned beef, and we couldn't give it away.
What about at St. Patrick's Day? Did you?
Even then, we had people who called us and said, we'd like corned beef and cabbage meals. And I said, hang on a second, this is Jewish corned beef. What you're talking about is Irish corned beef. It's a very different product.
Right. And the American product, known as the Reuben sandwich, is most certainly a Jewish creation, even if its exact opposite.
Hey, are we gonna compare the UK corned beef then? Because I'm mind blown. Our corned beef is. I don't know what our corned beef is.
Origins are unclear. One story traces it back to the 1930s, when a Lithuanian-born Jewish grocer named Reuben Kulakowski would ask for such a sandwich during a weekly game of poker. Another theory suggests it was named for Arnold Reuben, a German Jewish owner of Reuben's Delicatessen in New York City. His claim was that he invented the sandwich as early as 1914. Either way, reading up on all of this made me want to know more about American Jewish delis like Kaufman's.
This location of Kaufman's was opened in 1963 by Maury Kaufman, who was a survivor of the camps. My family purchased it in the mid-'80s, and we've been at it ever since.
There was a fire, right? Did I hear that?
Well, we've had quite a few things happen in the business. So we had 2 salmonella outbreaks back in the 80s. We had a labor strike in the 90s, and we had a fire in the 2010s.
Oh, shots been through all.
You wouldn't get a sense of that, I think, just walking in here now, but that's amazing. Wow.
We walk over to the deli counter first. Okay, so let's go this way. Sorry. The first 2 counters are fish counters.
We don't really have deli foods in the UK. Like, I've heard of this a lot in America, like watching stuff. Like, people are like, oh, I'm going to the deli shop. And I'm like, what on earth is a deli shop? What's that? But, yeah, I don't even know what a deli shop is. Yeah, like, delis all over. Is it just a shop where you just... Is this a deli shop? What I'm looking at now, this is a deli shop. It's Jewish food? They just do like sandwiches and meats and that. Yeah, we don't have deli shops. We don't have them. We just got shops that would sell like chips and chocolate.
So a lot of what you see here are things that we smoke in-house or we make in-house. If you don't want
you don't
your
call it deli
Reuben
shop,
on
you just say
rye bread,
deli.
You can get it in strudel form.
I
which
saw
is
that on the menu, yeah, I was going to ask about that.
So it's a puff pastry dough with corned beef rolled in with the kraut and Swiss. And then deli meats and cheeses down below, and chopped liver, because what would a Jewish deli be without chopped liver, beef liver, and chicken liver? And then we have the bakery counter. So all the way down the bakery counter, everything that you see here, with the exception of the challah, which comes from New York by way of Israel, is all made in-house. So this is basically the oven room. These are revolving ovens, these 2. This is a deck oven, which is where we bake the rye bread.
Hey, chat, since you guys have a lot of delis around, what's your favorite thing to get from a delis?
Bread, warming the corned beef, and then the bakery. That side of the table is where breads and rolls are made. This side of the table is pastry. Oh, look what happens here. Sometimes we have broken pieces. Ooh. Want some broken pieces? Can you tell us what it is?
Hey,
it's
that's
a roulade.
3 pieces.
Strawberry roulade.
Oh, wow. Can I just hang here all day? All right, after speaking to Betty at Kaufman's, I feel a bit more confident about making a Reuben sandwich.
Hey, wait, I totally forgot that you was doing a Reuben sandwich yourself. That might have been the longest trip to get some corned beef I've ever seen in my life. Right? I totally forgot about this part of the video.
But embarrassed about showing her the outcome. But we've got the marble rye, we've got the corned beef. Lawrence, it's time to make a sandwich. Of course, when I'm not getting paid to make my own lunch, I don't make my own lunch. After all, life as a YouTube sensation means that I'm busier than a children's TV graphic from the 90s. That's why I was thrilled, nay, relieved. My freezer is too small. Is in my description below. Today's recipe comes from Natasha's Kitchen, and this recipe calls description below. Today's recipe comes from Natasha's Kitchen.
I don't even know what's going on here. Is there chocolate in the bread? What's the brine in the bread? That is nice though. Whatever that is. I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't even know what I'm looking at. but I want to bite it. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I want to bite it. It's rye bread. What is rye bread? I have no clue what that is.
And this recipe calls for homemade Russian dressing. So we start that with one of my favorite things, mayonnaise. Just put 1/4 cup inside the bowl. Beautiful. I'd have that on my fries. Then some chili garlic sauce. 1/2 tablespoon of that. 1/2 tablespoon of lemon juice. Jeez, that was more like 2. 1.5 teaspoons of creamy horseradish.
What is he making?
Oh, God, I don't know if I like horseradish. That's that, and then one more. Oh gosh! Horseradish all over my finger. I can't get through to the sink because all of the cameras are in the way. Give me a sec.
Russian dressing.
Lawrence, you're a YouTube sensation. Get your act together. It's going to be fine. All right, that's taken care of, and now I actually don't remember how much horseradish I'd put in. Let's just guess. I think I'd only done the one. It's hard to tell, because you've got mayonnaise in there and this, so I don't know how much I've put in. I don't want to overdo it. Good God. I might have just horseradished this thing to death. We're about to find out. 1 garlic clove, minced. I did my best. Same spoon that has mayonnaise on it. Doesn't matter, it's all mixing together. That's the joy of this. You can combine things
I'm
that you
interested
never
where this is
dreamed
going.
possible. Worcestershire sauce, we're very familiar with that.
Good sauce.
Liam Perrins,
Yep,
of course.
we like that
1/2
here in the
teaspoon. Pull that on that. 1/2 tablespoon of onions. Slightly more than 1/2 tablespoon.
Hey, yo, bro, how many things needs to go in this dressing? Can we not order this from the shops? Is it possible to order the dressing from the shop pre-made? There's a lot going into this.
Well, that's all right. We like onions, don't we, Lawrence? Yes, we do.
You
Great.
can't.
And then next is paprika. 1/8 teaspoon. Are you joking? How do you measure that? I don't. Paprika. Only take up 1/8 of this. That's going in.
Is
And
this
then
good
salt and pepper
dressing?
to taste. I guess I'll just do a few shakes. Oh, look at that. That's a bit much. 3 of each, and then I assume we just whisk it together to make a Russian dressing.
Wait, is that what I received today? This? This? That? No? Oh, this! He's making this and he's making that. Oh, I've already got it, mate. Oh, this is for a Reuben sandwich. Oh. I'm already prepared. Oh, alright, cool.
I've never done before, so I'm going to have to look at a picture to see what it looks like. Does that look like restaurant quality to you? I think not. Yeah,
I got it
that
today.
looks like what's in the photograph. It's
Someone
sort of a
sent it
salmon
me.
colour. Thankfully, it doesn't taste like salmon. I think that'd be quite weird. So nice. We'll set that to the side, and then we do the other stuff. Now, we have to carefully warm up the corned beef. And I say carefully.
I still like, yo, this, don't get me wrong. This was better than our corned beef. The corned beef that I eat and actually like. Hands up, I like it, right? I know. Like, this kind of looks like ham to me. I can't believe that our corned beef is so different. I'm so confused.
Because I do have a habit of setting the kitchen on fire. The purpose here is not to cook the meat, it's just to warm it up for the sandwich. I have here 8 pounds of corned beef.
That looks like ham to
Lawrence,
me.
that is way too much for one person. Firstly, you underestimate me, and secondly, the recipe is telling me to make 3 servings. 1 for me, 1 for my wife, and 1 for my dog. I don't know. We'll just have a spare sandwich. Alternatively, you could do it with pastrami. This recipe, of course, called for corned beef, so that's what we're going with. But I would be be interested to know what it is like with the alternative. All right, I'd say that's enough. Now we throw everything together onto the marble rye.
Chocolate bread.
Butter on 6 different slices of bread to make 3 sandwiches. All right, it's about perfect given the size of the bread. And I just read it back to front. Apparently the dressing was supposed to go on before the meat. I'm not sure what kind of a difference that's really going to make, but I'm sure somebody at home will tell me that it's absolutely crucial that you get it in the right order, Lawrence, and that you are an absolute imbecile. If that is the
100%
case,
they are.
live with it. I cannot get the sauerkraut lid off. We're having a big problem here. Come on! Ah, I'm glad you can't see my face. Yeah, it won't budge. We're not having sauerkraut. Sorry, everyone. What?
Hey, you gotta sit on it. Trust me, sit on it. Do you know what's a good thing with this? Right, if you ever can't open up a jar or something, clamp it in between your legs, put both hands on, hold tight with your legs, and then twist.
Why do we think a tea
every
towel
time.
is going to do anything? Oh, yes! Before we actually add that, we have to put on the Swiss cheese, which is going to melt into the sandwich when we put this back in the skillet in just a moment. Right, now apparently we add the sauerkraut. Betty said that just to, you know, do that. All of the sauce just fell out when I did that. So obviously I'm not very good at this. All right, I put the sandwich in the skillet. So I don't want to burn it. Maybe turn it down slightly and see what happens.
That does look like chocolate bread. Oh, it does look good though.
Okay, I am now ready to try my first ever Reuben sandwich. Nice and warm, straight from the skillet.
That
Without
does
any
look
more
good.
faffing about, here goes. Got horseradish on my mouth. The bread, amazing. The corned beef, amazing. The horseradish,
I like it.
excessive. I think I overdid it. With the excessive horseradish, I'd give this 3.5 Lorenzos. With a reduction in horseradish, I might be prepared to go all the way up to 4.5. But I think that one crucial mistake means that this is not how a Reuben sandwich was intended. So maybe, to give you an accurate assessment, I'm going to go back to Kaufmann's and try theirs. Oh, it really is wrapped as well. Look at this. This is beautiful. Obviously, I didn't go to that trouble with mine.
Yes, well, I wouldn't think so.
That looks really nice.
I think it goes without saying this is better than mine. Not only that, it's not 5 Lorenzos. This is 7 Lorenzos. That's good. That's actually the best.
That looks really nice.
It's not just because you're sitting there. You know, I really believe it. So grab that.
Yeah, I can't believe like how much meat is in that. There's meat and meat and meat and meat. Is that not too much meat when you bite into it? It looks good though, don't get me wrong. But I've never had a sandwich with that much meat. Ever. No, it's not.
Okay, that.
It's not too much meat.
This one is pastrami. This is also way better than mine. Oh my gosh, if I wasn't so full, I would devour this right now. That's 8 Lorenzos. So there you have it. A big thank you to Kaufmann's, and in particular to Betty for giving us the ultimate deli experience. If you like this video, here's me.
That actually does look good. That actually does really good. That right there looks banging.